Have you ever thought about where you would be if you've only pushed yourself 1% harder 1 year ago? In this video, I'm going to show you actual graphs of how much progress you can make by pushing yourself only 1% more each day. But not only that, I'm also going to show you the significant difference between pushing yourself 1% harder and pushing yourself just a tiny bit more than that. If you're not familiar with the graph for getting 1% better, here it is. By getting 1% better every day, you are actually getting 3,778% better, or 37.78 times better after 1 year. And this is because of the compound effect. But the compound effect also works the other way around. If you get 1% worse every day, you're actually getting around 33 times worse after 1 year. This is a good general understanding of bettering yourself, but let's dive deeper. Let's say you're already on the good side of the graph. What is then the difference between bettering yourself 1% versus 1.1% or 0.9%? Let's take a look at 0.9% first. By bettering yourself 0.9%, you're getting around 25 times better after 1 year, which is actually amazing. But remember that 1% better equals 37 times better, which is a huge difference. Now let's look at 1.1%. By bettering yourself 1.1% every day, you're eventually going to get 51 times better after 1 year, which is insane. But don't get caught up with the numbers. Nobody knows if you're actually getting better by 1% or 1.1%. The insight you should take from this is the difference between bettering yourself by 1% and bettering yourself by just a tiny bit more. Just by pushing yourself a tiny bit more and building the habit of pushing yourself a tiny bit more with compound effects will lead to an unbelievable difference after 1 year. Of course, you also need to be aware of your limits physically and psychologically, which is going to determine when you're going to get sick and or burn out. Limit is a really interesting topic in and of itself, and I'm probably going to talk about it in future videos. But generally, most people are so far away from pushing themselves hard enough. Heck, I would even advise you to push yourself so hard in the beginning that you get sick and burn out at least once. Then you actually know where your limits are. And for next time, you can pace yourself and adjust how hard you're pushing yourself. In addition, your threshold for getting burnt out is probably higher now because you have gotten stronger after your first burnout. Combine that with reflecting on your first burnout, how you could have done things differently and better, and you are going to be moving at a much faster speed than most people. Knowing this and knowing the difference, are you really not going to push yourself just a tiny bit more?